Three, two, one. Ah, we've got somebody in the room. Hello, how are you? Who is it? Who am I speaking to? No, you've gone again. Ah, above paranormal. Hello, you've gone, haven't you? Oh no, we've got 7 in now. God, that was quick. How is everybody? Ah, who's that? DDF Ghost Hunting. How are you, Martin? You okay? Now, let's see. Oh yeah, above paranormal still here. A big hello to you. Just waiting for a few more people to join, if anybody joins. To be honest, it was looking like nobody was going to come, to be fair. So if you're in the room, just say hello. You don't need to speak all night, but just let me know that you're there. Hi, Venture. You okay? Who else have we got? Barbara. Hello, Barbara. All right, how are Babs? All right. John. How are you, John? You all right? It's good to see you, mate. Well, I haven't seen you. You're seeing me. I'm not seeing you, but you know what I mean. Anthony Williams. Yo, you all right? Hey, yeah, all right. Who else? Sorry, man, about the pass out the show. Crazy tonight. It's all right, Martin. Don't you worry. Buddy says hello. Hello, Buddy. Right, let's have a look. So, has anybody got any questions? Ah, Premier League champions, bonjour. How are you? And Andrew's in here as well. Has the BBC signed you up yet? Nah, I don't want to. They only start fiddling with me. You know what they're like. So, has anybody got any questions? Because I've got a few things to tell you, but I'll answer some questions first. I'll just have a quick sip of my brew. Wouldn't you enjoy being fiddled with? Depends who's doing the fiddling, to be fair, doesn't it? I mean, if you look like Jimmy Savile, it's not good, is it? Think of the big salary. I'd love a big salary, wouldn't you? You know, so... Hiya, Tara. You okay? So Tara's entered the room as well. Let's have a look. 13. Oh, unlucky for some. We've got 13 in the room at the minute. You sell yourself short. Well, I am short, to be fair. I'm not that tall. So, Gary, what is the best way to remove nasal hair? Well, you could get a lighter and do it, I suppose, but you'd have to be bloody quick. I'll you back tomorrow. Yeah, it's all right, Andy. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not in a rush. Anyway, there's a few people in the room now. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I've just had it finalised now by Bill, who owns 30 East Drive, that I can now do a loan visit again. I know it's been a long time coming, and a lot of people have been asking me to do it again. So I've been speaking to Bill, who owns the house, and he said, yes, I can do it. So I'm going to be doing it very, very soon, early in April. And then after that, I'm going to another place called Antwerp Mansion, which is in Manchester. Apparently, Most Haunted has been there. I had a quick look at their video. I don't like to watch it too long. And it looked okay. So I'm going to be going there as well. So, 2 haunted places I'm going with. And I've also got 2 other videos that I'm working on, which are conspiracy theories one. So a few things coming up. Let's have a look. Who else? I'm doing okay, Tara. Doing okay. Apart from my eyes. Keep telling everybody this. I'm having a problem at the minute because of my age. My eyelids are dropping, so they're going over my pupils. So I've got to go in for an operation. So when it gets dark, I start to struggle a bit. So I'm getting on a bit. Not as young as what I used to be. Nice one. Awesome. Look forward to it. Love your vlogs. Hiya, Shortcake. You all right? Shortcake. Film around the Bury. Where is there in Bury? Or Bury, wherever you come from. I'm not too sure if there is anywhere in Bury, but if there is, just let me know. Just send me a message on Twitter, private message, or go onto my website and, let's see what we can do there. Yeah, Sonia, another live streaming. I'm getting used to all this technology. Old dude getting on with the kids. That's how it goes. Let's have a look. So I'm presuming some of you are here to win my Ouija board. Let's have a look. What is it? I'll put it around here somewhere. There it is. I think most of you've seen it, to be fair. There's my Ouija board. To be fair, it doesn't work. I've been looking for where the batteries go because it's not working for me at all. So you can have that, whoever wants it. All you have to do is go over to my website. It tells you everything you need to do there. And if I pick you, I'll just send it over to you for free. Okay, so Ouija board for free. That's all right, that, isn't it? Let's have a look. What else? Any clues to what your conspiracy vids are about? That's from Venture. No, I'm not going to tell you anything about them at the minute, only because I'm still working on them. And it's because what tends to happen is when you put a lot of hard work into things, when you say it live on air, other people go and do it before you. And you sort of like, you're going, oh, shit, I shouldn't have told anybody. So on those two, I'm not going to tell anybody. I mean, 30 East Drive, every man and his dog has done it anyway. And I think Antwerp Mansion, the same thing. I think everybody's done that as well. But the thing about 30 East Drive, like I said, is because I've been speaking to Bill, who owns it, and he's now said that I can go back. So it's been, like I say, it's been a long time coming. I've been trying to sort it out with him for a while. Emails backwards and forwards and stuff, but yeah, good. It's going to be good, hopefully. Plus I am going with some other people. I'm not going to tell you anything about that though, but I don't generally work with other people, as you know, but there is, at some point, I'm going back to 30 East Drive again after my visit, and I'm going to be with a few people, so I'm not going to say too much about that. Okay, so the person who's sorting it all out, it doesn't want me to. So let's have a look. What about doing De Grey Street? I don't rate it, I'll be honest with you. I just think it's an old shitty house. He's paid a few quid for it, and he's just trying to cash in. There's nothing. I mean, everybody I know who's been there, they've said, there's nothing there. There's nothing. So I'm not going to put my money there. I mean, I think I tried to contact him ages ago, and he wouldn't take me on at all. I don't know whether that's because I knew I wasn't going to fake it. I don't know. I've never met the guy, so I can't really say anything but that. But other people have said it's not that good. It's not that great. So yeah, 30. No, not having it. Not doing it. However, there is one place I am looking at, a place called The Cage. Have anybody heard of that? Because I'm thinking of going there. I have been. It's about a 4-hour drive from Manchester, so not too sure what that's going to be like. Let's have a look. Do I need to call you Premier all the time? What's the other name? Yeah, what is your name, Premier? What is your name? Because even Sonia's like, you know, what we're talking about here, why am I calling you Premier? You sound like a fucking in. Church in Pub in Bury. What's the deal with that? Again, you're going to have to send that to me, Andrew. You're going to have to send it to me and let me know what's going on. It was Andrew that sent me that, wasn't it? Yeah. Send me the details on it and I'll have a look at it, see what the deal is with it. If I think it's worth a visit, yeah, by all means, I'll go and have a look. Come to Norfolk, mate. Lots of haunted places. I bet you there is in Norfolk, actually. So it's a bit like I've never been to Norfolk. I go down to like Cornwall a lot, Newquay and that, because I used to surf a long time ago. and I still like the whole vibe down there. But is that anywhere near Norfolk? I'm not sure. No, I'm not great with geography. You know me, I get lost. I mean, if you watch my videos, you know me. I go in a fucking wood and I get lost. I'm just trying to catch up to what people are saying, because I keep twisting this way because that's where my screen is, by the way. So for you, those who don't know. Yeah, has anybody ever heard of The Cage? Because, like I said, I've only read little bits of it here and there. Not fully up to verse on it. I don't know whether it's any good, whether it's supposed to be really haunted, whether anybody's actually been and captured anything. So I'd be interested to know. So if you have, let me know. Isn't Norfolk just a posh swamp? How do you think you would react if you... How do I... Right, Premier League. Is it? Yeah, Premier League champions. PLC, we'll call him. That'll do. How would I react if I seen a ghost? I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I'd most probably shit myself just the same as everybody else would. But at the same time, I think I'd be happy that I actually found something, because as you know, everywhere I go, I never see anything. Nothing ever happens. I don't know whether it's me that's unlucky or whether it's people that are just lying. So, but yeah, I think that'd be really weird. It really would be weird, wouldn't it? If I did see something. But it would have to be something that was clear as day. You know, I'm not into all this in the dark corners and all that and little bits of shadows. And yeah, I'm not into all that. It's got to be as clear as day for me. It's got to be something that I can see, and I can see a definite shape 100%, and that it's moving. Other than that, you know, I'm not convinced on all these pictures and all that you see on the internet. Would you come to London for a ghost hunt? You talking to me, or are you talking to Premier now, Sonia? Because I'm not sure who you're talking to. Because like I said, I'm trying to keep up with myself here. Do you think ghosts are wrecks of the past? Oh, Sonia's out asking me to go to London. Hey, Sonia, come on. Making me blush here. Do I get to stay over? Because it's a long way, you know. I might do. No, I might do. It depends on where it is, to be honest. I don't know much about London either. I think I went once. Is it Crystal Palace? Is that near London? I don't know. I went to a competition there years ago. But other than that, I've never really been. It's full of you Southerners. I don't understand you. But yeah, by all means, yeah. I mean, if it's a good place, if it's worth coming to, and it's somewhere that's supposed to be really haunted, yeah, I can't see why not. Be a bit of a laugh, wouldn't it? Gary, what's your opinion on the stone tape theory? I don't even know what the stone tape theory is. What is that? Just let me know what that is, because I haven't got a clue. I'm having a brew. All right. So, I was told that Denby Mental Asylum was no more, because it's still there, but apparently it's now covered with security. I was going to go back there because that is the only place that I've ever visited where something has happened that I can't debunk. And I wanted to go back. The only problem is, like I said, I'm being told that it's full of security. I haven't been down myself. So if anybody has been down and can confirm that, it'd be appreciated, because it really would be interesting to go back. It would be, after seeing what I saw. Well, didn't even see it at the time. But after what I've seen on the video, it makes you wonder if there is something. I'm not sure. Yeah, about the I'm kind of building record something. and play it back, I wouldn't say no. I don't know how it would do that, but I'm not sure. Not sure about that at all. It's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? So let's have a look. PLC saying, Gary, do what Tom Buckmaster does. And he does ghost hunts on his stairs. That's not something I'm going to do. I like to go out and about. What Tom does, he does. Nothing to do with me. I'm not going to say he's faking it or anything like that, because, again, I don't know the guy. Never been on a ghost hunt with him. I've seen some of his videos, and be honest with you, some of them I do think is a bit suspect. But at the same time, I can't really say that what he says he's witnessed, he hasn't, because I wasn't there. So I keep getting this quite a lot, to be honest. A lot of people keep asking me questions about Tom Buckmaster, Michael McGee, what's he called, Proving Demons, and Paranormal X, and everybody else. And they keep saying, what do I think of them? I don't know any of the guys. I'll be honest with you. I've never met any of them. So on a personal level, I couldn't say anything about them because I don't know them. What they do, they do. It's nothing to do with me. If they want to fake stuff, if that's what they do, I'm not saying they do, but if they want to fake stuff, then that's up to them. You know, if people are stupid enough to believe in what they're doing, if they are faking stuff, then that's down to them. You know, if they've got views through that on the internet, well, that's, you know, that's just one of them things. But I'm not going to slag them off for doing it, because it's just because I don't do it. It's what they do. So let's have a look. He was caught faking on the stairs. I presume we're talking about Tom now, are we? He was faking it on the stairs, was he? Right, okay. That made me laugh. Sorry, I've got a bit of a weird sense of humour. Oh, Ouija brothers are in the room. Hello, you all right? Ouija boys are in the room. Denby is proper secure now. Is it really? That was one of the places that I wanted to go back to, because like I said, I've seen that, you know, what I've seen on the video afterwards when I came back. I kept thinking I should go back there just to see. But if I can't get in, I can't get in. But I'll have to. It might be worth me trying to contact the company somehow. I mean, there's always ways and means of getting past people, isn't there? You know, security guard, here's a £5. Well, a bit more than a £5, but you know. Let's have a look. Gary, there was a vid showing a fishing line. Well, that said, if that's what Tom Buckmaster does, that's what he does. It's nothing to do with me. If he wants to use fishing lines, that's what he does. It's nothing to do with me. I'm not here to slag people off for what they do. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like what I do. There's people out there that like what I do, and it's the same for them. So I'm not going to get into this slagging match, especially live on air, about people that I don't know anything about. Okay, let's have a look. I'll tell you the truth. Ouija brothers, were you able to investigate my overactive home? I don't know anything about that. Ouija brothers, you're being asked a question. Calling out all reptilians, Truth Shaper. Hi, Ouija brothers. Wish you were able to investigate my overactive home. Maybe you two want to have a conversation. And you can go and have a look at their home. Right. Apart from Highgate Cemetery, one place that fascinates me in London is 50 Berkeley Square. I wouldn't ask you to go there after reading what happened to the people renting there in the past. Sonia, what happened to the people that rented there in the past? Because if it is supposed to be really haunted, you know me, I will go there on my own and stay there. If it's down to people getting mugged and shit, well, I don't know about that. Let's have a look. Where are you based? Would love to see you back. Jason, would love to see you back. East Driver the To be honest, I am thinking of taking a 360 camera as well. to 30 East Drive, just so that people can, those that haven't been, can get a feel for the place as well. Obviously, the main video will be the documentary itself, but the 360 video might be an idea. And like I said, because I've been speaking to Bill, sorry, I keep touching the wire. Because I've been speaking to Bill about filming there, fingers crossed it's going to be good, because obviously he's on board now. So it should be interesting, to say the least. Two four eight Enfield. Do you mean, is it Green Street? Was it called the Enfield Haunting? Is that what you're talking about? That's for Venture 78. Yeah, Green Street. Yeah, I would love to go there, but apparently the people that live there, from what I've been told, is just a normal family now, and they want nothing to do with it all because the lady has some young children and she doesn't want them knowing anything about it, which is going to be hard. There's been a film made about it, obviously, but she doesn't want anything to do with it. So I don't want to start going knocking on people's doors and saying, can I come in because I do this and I do that, because I'll end up getting a slap in the face. So, but yeah, I would love to go there, and I would love to go to the Amityville house and spend the night. And the other place that I would love to go and spend the night is the Suicide Forest in Japan. I would love to spend the night there alone, but that's all down to money and time. Billy's a nice guy. He is. Ouija Board is saying Bill's a nice guy. He is. Really, really nice guy. I spoke to him quite a lot. I've had a lot of conversations with him, and he genuinely is a nice bloke. It's interesting that he made the film and bought the house and everything, because even if, I mean, a lot of people say it is haunted, but even if it wasn't, it's a really, really good business move. It really, really is. But again, a lot of people slag him off for doing it, and a lot of people slag Carol off, saying she's lying. And to be honest, I don't care if she is lying. To me, she's a nice lady, and I thought she was really nice. And I've said this before, said it a million times. I like Carol. She's got a dry sense of humor, and I love that. So it'd be nice to see her again. So I'm gonna be up there at the beginning of April, I think it is. So yeah, 30 East Drive, beginning of April. So I never thought I'd go back, to be honest, because after I went last time, I never really caught anything. I was thinking, well, that's that done. That's done and dusted. But so many people have asked me to go back. I just thought, well, why not? I bite the bullet. And that's when I started speaking to Bill. And I've been trying for, I've got a long time to get something organised where I can go, because it was one of them where every time I wanted to do something, something else would happen, and I'd end up doing that instead, and etc. So you know how it all goes. Let's have a look. Well, Sonia, if it's that good, I'm more than happy to go there. I mean, is that one of those where you can sort of like ring up and go, or is it, you know, somewhere that you would book, or how? Just let me know how that would work. Also, if you can message me on Twitter, just to let me know everything there, it'd be appreciated, so I can sort of like at least look into it and see what it is, because I'll guarantee when I come off here tonight, I'd have forgot. So that age. Let's have a look. Oh, Crinkle 65's in the house. Hello. Let's have a look. In late, did you announce something new? Yeah, well, it's sort of new. I did say that this is for Crinkle 65. I know we just spoke about this. I've got 2 haunted videos coming up. I'm going back into 30 East Drive at the beginning of April, and then I'm going to another one called Antwerp Mansion. I think it's called Antwerp. mansion, which is in Manchester. That's at the end of April. So, and then I'm going back to 30 East Drive with someone else, I think. Maybe. Possibly. But we'll see how that goes. Let's have a look. So what gets me about 30 East Drive is that next door seems to have no problems. According to Carol, she does have problems. This is from Premier League, by the way. He's saying that Carol doesn't seem to have any problems, but she's saying she does. She says a lot of things, what happens at 30 East Drive also happens in her house. And she gets a lot of things coming through the walls and she sees things. Again, whether all this is true, I don't know. But you've got to sort of like take her at her word, because I can't say that that's not happening. You know, I'm not there to witness it either way. So yeah, I mean, she is saying stuff happens. So whether it does or not, I don't know. Hiya, Zoe. You okay? Glad to have you with us. Yeah, I think above paranormal, he's saying that the Pritchards didn't even say it was a monk. I think they called it Fred. Is that right? Possibly. I don't know. I don't, haven't read. Oh yeah, matter of fact, I did read something the other day, funnily enough. Yeah, I don't remember it being mentioned saying it was a monk. So I don't know where that side of things has come from. I know apparently there used to be some sort of church or monastery there. And then the story is that this monk has raped some girls and then he was hanged. But that's the story I got. Whether somebody's got something different, I don't know. All right, let's have a look. Tall Paul. How are you? You okay? Didn't know you'd sneaked in. What is the actual name of the spirit of 30 East Drive? Because I've heard being called Fred, Fagging, Black Monk. Carol claims it's Michael. I've never heard that. I've never heard that it's called Michael. I've always heard that it was called Fred or the Black Monk. That's what I've heard. But while Ouija Brothers are in here, I bet you get that a lot, don't you guys? We did talk about us doing something together, as you know. Now, I know the weather's been a bit crap. I said this on my live stream, which you were here. And I'd really, I think it'd be good for us to do something together, go somewhere really creepy. Creepier the better, as far as I'm concerned. So we can get something down. So if you're up for that still, I'm up for it. And let's try and get something sorted where we can go somewhere and get this shit started. Yeah. So if the Ouija Brothers are still there, which I think you are, if you're up for that, just let me know. Mean a lot to me as well, to be fair. You know, I really like your stuff. I really do. It's just that I don't always get time to work with people, and I'm pretty sure Dale's told you anyway. I don't like people. I'll be honest with you. Keep saying this to I have this thing about working on my own, and I don't know whether I can trust people and stuff. So some people call it paranoia. Don't know. It's just the way I am. So nothing meant by it. But it would be interesting to work with you because I've watched some of your stuff and it's good. So let's have a look. Fagging was made by Proving Demons. So where have they got that from? Where's Proving Demons got that name from, do you think? Because I've never heard that before, I'll be honest with you. So I think the more you work with people, this is going out to Ouija Board, by the way, because they were saying that they've worked with a lot of people lately, and it's been very interesting, to say the least. And I would have thought the more you work with people, you're going to see those firsthand who really do fake stuff, and those that obviously don't. I have no interest in faking anything. So I'm just letting everybody know that now. I have no interest whatsoever in faking anything. You know, it's one of them things where you've got Most Haunted and all the TV programs doing that. You've got loads of people on the internet doing it. You don't need me adding to the mix. You really don't. So sorry, bang that. So I'm not interested in any fakery. It might be boring to some extent, and I do try and make it as entertaining as I can sometimes. But unless something happens, I'm not about to make it happen, if that makes sense. Right, for those that have just joined us, just let you know about the Ouija board. That is the Ouija board that I'm giving away. I've never got it to work. So as far as I'm concerned, the batteries are dead or something. I don't know. I don't even know if it takes batteries, but it's not working for me. However, I'm more than willing to give it away. So if you fancy it and you're thinking, right, I'll have that, you know, I've always fancied a Ouija board and you want it for free, go over to my website, which is www.curiosityuk.net, and it'll tell you everything on there that you need to do. Okay, so if you want to win that Ouija board, by all means, go over there after the live stream, of course, and just do what it says, and then I'll pick a winner. And once the winner's picked, I'll let everybody know who the winner is, and then the board will be off to you. Simple as. Okay. I mean, I remember when was it, a year ago? 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago. I actually gave away a camera at one point, which cost me an arm and a leg, but you know. Gary, what you're doing is spot on. Don't change it. Thanks, Jason. Thank you very much. I live in a haunted house for 3 or 4 years. I've only seen 4 to 5 times. Yeah, that's Anthony. Anthony says he lives in a. You've put haunted house, not haunted house, but I know what you mean. Now Anthony has actually invited me over. I'm not going to say where it is. But he's invited me over to go and have a look at his house. So, and I've sort of like, I'm agreeing in principle, but I just need to know a few more things. Okay. But we have had some good conversations. He's been away in London doing whatever he's doing. So, Ouija brothers don't use a Ouija board anymore. Well, much anymore. We do use some equipment, but take it all with a pinch of salt. Yeah, well, I mean, you know my thoughts on the equipment anyway. I've never tried to hide that. I don't find it evidential at all, especially things like the spirit box and stuff like that. I know you guys use it, and that's down to you. But my personal thought for me is it's not proving anything, because it's just going through radio frequencies for me, and you can't distinguish what is a radio and what is communication from the other side if it does work. So that's my personal view on it. But you know, if we do go on something and you want to bring it along, you know, you do what you do. That's how you do your investigation. I'll do it my way, you do it your way, and hopefully, you know, we'll have a good laugh at the same time. Let's have a look. Anthony Williams saying, ghosts are rare. I don't think you can call them up. I totally agree with you. I really do totally agree with you. I think people really make stuff up. They watch too many programs, watch too many TV programs, and think that's how it is. Now, I was watching a video last night, it was, and I think is it Mikey from UK Haunted? Now, it really surprised me, really did, because I was expecting it to be a load of bullshit. and he was explaining how to do ghost hunting. And I thought he faked everything. And I've never really watched his shows purely because of that. And I watched that, and he was actually saying, you know, everything that I would say. And I messaged him and said, you know, you really did surprise me. And what I got off him was, are you being sarcastic? And I had to say to him, no, I'm not. I'm not being sarcastic. And then we added each other on Twitter, etc. But yeah, really surprised me. I wasn't expecting that. So I don't know anybody has had any dealings with him. Not sure. I find the more we have used the equipment, the more skeptical we have become of gadgets. Yeah, I get that, Ouija Brothers. Like I said, at least you've done it. That's the thing. I mean, I must admit, I've gone out the other day, and I bought a couple of things. Not because I believe they work. It's more to sort of like debunk them and sort of like say, well, this is what's happening here. So I might take them to East Drive with me if I remember, and see how that goes. So. Paranormal Detectives, hello. Good evening to you. Nice for you to join us. Let's have a look. Absolutely. Haha. Good to see genuine people do lives. Cheers. Enjoyed your videos so far. Curiosity. Thank you. I appreciate it. I try and put as much work in as I can, as you've all seen. One thing that somebody did contact me about, I don't know whether you've seen it, is this homeless documentary it's on at the minute, 60 Days Homeless. And I watched it the other day, and I thought, well, that was okay, but I wasn't convinced that he was out as long as he was, or as long as he said he was. And then somebody says, have you seen the poster? Have you seen the advertiser for it? And I went, no. And they've shown me the poster, and they've put mine side by side, and I was like, oh, it does look very similar. And then they started saying, well, when you actually look at the program, it looks very similar to yours. I don't know whether that's done on purpose. You know, it's one of them things, and it does. It's around the same subject, so it is going to be very similar, isn't it? It's not going to be completely different. And even if they have copied it, I'll be honest with you, I'm not bothered. If it brings to light what's happened in the homeless, for the homeless, and it does something to help, I'm more than happy with that. I really am. But I don't know whether anybody else has seen it. I don't know anybody else's thoughts. But like I said, I did see the picture after they sent it to me, and I was like, bloody hell, it does look a bit similar. So has anybody else seen that picture? I don't know. Good evening, Dean. Dean saying, love your videos. It's so refreshing to see no fakery. Well, I do try. I do try a little bit. See, curiosity isn't all about ghosts, even though it tends to be a lot of the time. I want to try and expand it to other things that I'm curious about. That's why I did the homeless thing, and the pusher thing as well. You know, it was something that I was curious about. Even the eBay police one, I don't know whether you've seen that, where I did a video about how easy it is for people to get police uniforms off eBay and emergency services and do things with them, etc. I was always curious about that as well, how easy it would be, and I looked into it. Now, I'll be honest with you, I did actually toy with the idea of actually kitting myself up as armed police and seeing how far I would get through the airport with it. But my wife put her foot down and said, not a bloody chance. So that's how my mind works, you know. I was like that. Well, it's all right, I'll explain. But she went, no, you'll get shot. So let's have a look. Crinkle 65. Gary's homeless doc is brilliant. Should be an award winner. Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much. I don't know about award winning, but it certainly was interesting. It was definitely an eye opener. or at some point an eye shutter when I got a bit of a kicking. But it was, yeah, it opened my eyes to it. It really did. I mean, I didn't think it was as bad as what it was. And I think when you do something like that and you haven't got any backup or any security or film crew with you, like this guy's got at the minute that's doing that 60 days thing, he's got a camera crew and everything behind him, you know, so if anything does happen to him, then, you know, he's got a bit of backup. I didn't have anything at all. So, and that's why I ended up with a bit of a kicking. So, but at the same time, it was so interesting to do. And some of the people that I met were, for all the problems that they had, were really nice people, cracking people. Right, Tall Paul. That's why I like Gary. You're not focusing on one thing. It gets boring when it's the same subject over and over again. Yeah, thank you there, Tall Paul. Tall Paul. I wonder if you are tall. Are you tall? How tall are you, by the way? I'm interested now. So we've got Tall Paul and Shortcake. You two not married or out, are you? So Moleston is so 6'5". Jesus, mate. But you can get the tin of beans on the top shelf, can't you? Bloody hell. No, I want to try and keep it different if I can. Most people, when I say I'm going to do something a little bit different, they all go, "Oh no, just get on with the golf stuff." But for me, it's not about the golf stuff. Even though I do like doing the paranormal stuff, I also like looking into other things as well. And that's hopefully that'll keep it fresh. That's why I looked into the pusher side of things, and like I said, did the homeless, etc., because it was something different. Because when you tend to do documentaries on the paranormal stuff, a lot of it becomes the same old, especially when nothing's happening. And it's hard to keep the momentum going because nothing is happening. So also your partner Zoe, right? Got you. Right. Are you planning on doing any further coverage on the Manchester pusher? I love those vids. At the minute, no. The Manchester pusher thing for me is, it's all like dead in the water at the minute. There's nothing happening with it. I'm not convinced that there is a pusher. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to lie about that. I think some of the deaths could be suspicious, and the police have just gone, they're accidents and that's it. But as far as there actually being a serial killer, not 100% convinced. Certainly not convinced on the one where the guy was pushed in on his bike. Because like I said, I think on the last stream I spoke about this, and the lady whose husband it was, she turned around on Facebook and said the police came, they described what the guy looked like who pushed her husband into the canal, and she said that the police turned around and said that sounds exactly like the pusher. That's the description of the pusher or something like that. Well, the police wouldn't say that because the police are denying there is any pusher. So I found that really strange. So I think a lot of things are a bit hit and miss with it. Like I said, some of them could be suspicious deaths that have just been overlooked, because there are things like, you know, people's bodies going missing and the police have searched the canal and found nothing, and then a few days later or a week later or whatever, that body turns up and it is that same place. That to me is suspicious, especially because as you've seen on the video, I actually went to when they were looking for a body, and I'd followed them around, and I was videoing them, and I actually spoke to them and everything, and the length they go to find a body is amazing. But for that, I just find it suspicious. So I think some of it might be a bit lazy policing almost. And that sounds bad, and it's not meant that way. But obviously, the way police are at the minute, so overrun with work, I think they're struggling. And that's my honest opinion. I would rather watch you, Gary, than any other channel online or on TV because it's real. I don't care if nothing happens. It proves it's not taunted. or not that haunted. That's from Sonia. Thank you very much. I wish something would happen. I really, 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 in my heart, I really do. But it just doesn't. I get all these claims. I've been to all places that claim that these houses are all haunted, or these forest woods and whatever are all haunted. And I've read up on them and all the stories and all that. And then all of a sudden you get there and it's like nothing. Now, is that because I'm telling the truth? Or is it, and you know, and other people are bullshitting? Or is there something I'm doing that spirits come to me? Getting this, the famous one, negative energy. Apparently I've got negative energy. But I think that's bullshit. I really do think that's bullshit. I don't think you need any energy. I mean, people have walked into houses who've never been into that house before, never seen a ghost in their life before, and all of a sudden, apparently they're seeing things. So if that's how it works, then it should work the same for me, surely. A ghost should be there whether I've got negative energy or not. Paranormal detectives first discovered you on your video at 30 East Drive. Wished to investigate the cage. That's funny. I was just talking about that, asking if anybody's actually been to the cage, because I was looking at that today. So if anybody's actually been to the cage, I'm really interested to know if there was any activity and what it was actually like, and what the actual cost was. You know, was it extortionate or what? And was it an all right place to stay? Could you stay the night? You know, so I'm just interested. So if anybody's been to the cage, oh, Ouija Brothers have done the cage twice. So it must have been all right then. Did you find anything? That's the thing. Check. Yeah, all right, I will do. I'll have a look at you. So if anybody hasn't seen the cage, go over to Ouija Brothers page, have a look on there. And I'm going to have a look as well to see what it's like, because I'm really interested to see. And then I might have a trip down there. You never know. It's a 4-hour drive though. Yeah, something's in there. What, really? Is something in there? Are you blagging my head? Ouija Brothers, check out. What do you mean it's closed now? Is it open or closed? What's the deal with it? Paranormal detective saying it's closed. Why? What closed permanently? What? So I can't go now? Is that right? Right. Now Zoe's saying spirits are bursts of energy that might not be there at the time when it's happening. Yeah, I get that. Possibly. I just seem to be unlucky that way then, obviously. It would be nice though for me to go somewhere and actually experience something. But like I said, I want something to be crystal clear, and so that I can witness it 100%, so I can say yes, there's something there. Because I will say to everybody now, I don't fake anything, which you all know anyway, because otherwise you wouldn't be here. But if I say I've seen something on a video, and I'll show it you or whatever, I'll guarantee that's 100% real. That's what it is. But it would have to be something clear as day so that you can see it as well. So if I ever say yes, I found something, then you know it's not faked. Now, if it gets debunked, it gets debunked. That's great, fantastic. But I will never ever fake anything, not intentionally. Apart from when I did the video to show how easy it was to fake something, which I did. Was it last year before? I think it was. Where I was showing how easy it was to fake videos, and we even had a tree falling down, and I did some really quick editing, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, you know that tree fell down. It must be really haunted," and it wasn't. It was all fake. Although the tree was real that fell down, there was some guy cutting a tree down, and I just so happened to be there at the time. I got him to cut the tree down, filmed it, edited it, put some bushes and stuff over it so you couldn't see him, and away it went. But like I said, I did tell people that I trusted that I was doing that before then. Venture 78, that leaf on the Ouija vid made me laugh. Your ninja skills were brilliant. It did shit me up. It really did, because I had the lights on me and I've got 5 cameras around me, and all of a sudden I see this thing at the corner of my eye, and I actually thought it was somebody running towards me, and that's why I've gone out to grab, because I actually thought it was somebody, and I was going to drag them in and punch them at the same time. But obviously it was a leaf, but it did shit me up. It really did. Me out was going like that. Have you ever experienced poltergeist activity, Gary? That's from David. No, I haven't. The only thing that I have experienced is shadow people. And I've said this before on, I think it was one of my podcasts, which was really, really strange. And I'd seen them when I was younger as well. And again, as I was an adult. Now, until I'd seen them as an adult, I'd always thought, when I've seen them as a kid, I'd always thought, well, it's just because I was a kid. I was just seeing things. But then I've seen them later on in life, and it really did. Whether it is real or not, I don't know, but it felt so real at the time. And it's interesting. I mean, if you go, I think there's a website somewhere called shadowpeople.org, I think it is. And you go on there, there's stories upon stories upon stories of people that have had this thing happen to them. So it's really, really interesting stuff. So, but poltergeist, no, I haven't. The only poltergeist stuff that I've seen always turns out to be fake, you know. So, things like things being thrown around kitchens and whatever. We just know now the fake. First time I ever saw them, I thought, oh my God. But then you realize, it's all being done by a program called After Effects and fishing wire and stuff like that. So, I'm just going through the chat log just to see if I've missed anything that's. Premier League, no, it's nothing to do with Hank Marvin. You're a gobshite. It was a poltergeist when I was a kid. It got me interested in paranormal. Now, I've heard this quite a lot. People obviously coming across ghosts and poltergeists and stuff, and that's what gets them interested in the paranormal. And that's what got me in, like the shadow people thing. That's what got me interested in it. So I think all of us, most of us that have been in or that are in this sort of thing, are interested because we've all experienced something at one time or another, and then we want to see something else, or to see whether it's true what we saw the first time was true. So yeah, I get that. Ouija Brothers, I did see a video of you in 30 East Drive, and I think that was the first time I ever spoke to you. And I really did laugh. I thought it was really good. It was funny. The way you were freaking out. You're like a right girl, honestly. I'll tell you what, it's really good that so many people have come on. You know, especially at this time because it's quite late, isn't it? Well, it's 11:10, but you know, it's late for some of us. Yeah, if anybody that's on here, I've never seen the Ouija Brothers. Go over to their channel, have a look, subscribe. You can get them on Twitter as well. That's where I speak to them now and again. So if you ever want to see any of the sort of videos, go over there because they do film quite a lot. Good pair of lads. So it's get yourself over there. I mean, is there anywhere else that I could go that's up north more than anything else? Because it's a pain traveling down south. It's so far in it. I get knackered easy these days. Oh, it's all right, lads. Don't worry. You don't need to thank me. It's just it's what we're here to do, innit? All work together. Hopefully, we'll all find something at some point. Village Church Farm. Is that abandoned or is it a proper, you know, a place where you would stay, or what's the deal with that? Just noticed Tall Paul saying he thinks spirit boxes are shite. I sort of like agree with you. I really do. It's not on my radar at all. I don't work with them. It's not something I see as evidence, which I've already said. Some people do, and that's what they do. But for me, nah, it's not what I do. Now, everybody's coming up with these places where I can go to, and everybody's saying that they're haunted, but are they actually haunted, or is it just what you've heard? You know, have you been to these places personally and witnessed something? And I don't mean a doors that can be closed by the wind or a bit of a creak of a floorboard. I mean, have you actually seen anything? Because that's what I want to do. I want to see stuff. Because I hear this all the time. This place is haunted, and then I'll read these stories, and all of a sudden, people are being attacked and thrown across the room and scratched, and you know everything. And when I get to these places, there is nothing, nothing at all. Now, if something can throw somebody across the room and has that much power to do that, then surely they should be able to contact me. They should be doing the same thing to me. But I don't get any of that, you know. Although I most probably would shit myself if something did grab me and throw me across the room. But it would be interesting viewing. So, what about the Emergency Services Museum in Sheffield? I don't know. Is that what can you pay to go into the Emergency Services Museum in Sheffield? And can you stay the night? I didn't think they would do that if it's emergency services, would they? Yeah, what's the deal with this hell house? Is this somewhere that somebody um has contact details for, so that maybe I could visit as well? So, sorry, somebody just mentioned it. Who was it? Yeah, Anthony Jackson. Hi, Anthony. By the way, I don't know if I said hi to you, but a big hello to you. He was saying about Dale and Justin at Hell House. I did watch the videos. I did watch the live stream and everything, but I don't know where it is. Never been. So if anybody's got any contact details where I could maybe contact the people and see if I can go, I might do that. Okay. So, Paul, no, that wasn't Pool Park where I saw the shadow going up. That was Denby Mental Asylum, and that's why I wanted to go back there, because of that. But anywhere else, I've never really seen anything. I think there was, what was it? What was the place called? Oh, I think the video was called the Dybbuk. I can't remember what the place was called. It was an old Jewish school, and I thought I'd captured something there because there was a light that went like that and then went into the wall. But we debunked that. You know, I put that up and it was debunked. But this other shadow that literally comes out of nowhere and goes up, nobody's managed to debunk it at all, which is really, really interesting. So not sure about that, but no, that's where it was. That was at Denby, not Pool Park. I've never been to Pool Park, and I think Ouija Brothers at one point said they were going to take me there or asked if I wanted to go, but I'm not too sure if that was boarded up. Christopher Williams is saying, isn't it boarded up, Pool Park? I don't know, mate. I've never been. You'd have to ask the Ouija Brothers because I know they've been. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm just going through. Sorry, I'm just going through the chat as well because I do all this on my own. Let's have a look. Yeah, Pool Park. If anybody can tell me where, I think, like I said, I think the Ouija Brothers went last time. But if anybody can tell me where this place is still accessible and I can get in there, maybe, be interesting. So I might pop down there. The only thing is, at the minute, it's the weather. The weather's absolutely shocking, absolutely crap. I mean, I went out today to do some filming for something, and it started off sunny in the morning, so I've jumped up and thought, great stuff. Got on my camera gear. As soon as I got in the car, it started raining. As soon as I got to the place, it started hailstoning. And then it started being sunny again. Then it was sunny and hailstoning, and then it was doing all fucking three. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Christopher Williams is saying he thinks Carl from Dark Arts said it's boarded up. I think Dark Arts did a live thing earlier on. Only seen a bit of it and then I had to go somewhere, but I wanted to watch it, to be honest, because I quite like their stuff as well. Right. Anyway, I'm going to finish off, I think. So just to remind you all, Ouija board, if you want to win it and you get it for free, you know, you don't have to pay postage or anything like that. I'll do all that for you. Go to my website, curiosityuk.net. Have a see on there what it says. And then I'll announce the winner on another live stream and I can get it all sent off to you. And by all means, you can have it because, to be fair, it's done fuck all for me. So, sorry for swearing, but it's done nothing for me. I'll just check. So, before I go, is there anything else that anybody needs to ask really quickly? And like I said before I go as well, just let you know, I am filming at 30 East Drive again, and I am filming at Antwerp Mansion in Manchester. So there's 2 paranormal ones coming up, and I've got 2 conspiracy videos coming up as well. And I have been toying with the idea of doing a human garbage too, but I think I said last time, my wife is absolutely kicking off about it because of what happened last time. Now, I did start filming it again last year, but my wife and kids absolutely ballooned off big time. They were not happy. They said that I shouldn't be doing it again. But I don't know. I'll see. I'll see what's going to happen. I don't want my marriage to break up over it, obviously. But it is something that needs to be done, I think. But we'll watch this space. I'll let you know. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate everybody from logging on. I didn't expect that many people to get on here, to be honest. So I know it was all short notice. But like I said, if you want the Ouija board, get over to my website, follow what it says to do, and I'll do an whole live stream and we'll say who's won it live on air, and then I'll get it sent off to you. Okay. Big thank you to everybody that's turned up, all the regulars. Don't forget, fly over to the Ouija Brothers page as well. Have a look at those guys over there. Work really hard, and they do some really good videos. So okay. So everybody else, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. And remember, do something that scares you.